Unbelievable. I owned every tool I needed to do the remodel. They were just all in Colorado. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you can miss it. You know how handy this would have been to scrape floor tile up with? Four things for pulling off a fast remodel. Have an enormous amount of excitement for the things you're about to do. Whoo! Love it. Thanks. Number 2, have a strong can-do attitude. Close all the doors that could let negativity set in. Have a positive mental attitude. Sorry, I'll talk to you in 60 days. And number 3, keep a constantly changing, well-organized, prioritized to-do list and abide by it. Plan the work and then work the plan. But most important, just enjoy the ride. 60 days is going to be over before you know it. I quote the famous Bob Ross, "The secret to doing anything is believing that you can do it." Anything that you believe you can do strong enough, you can do, as long as you believe. If anyone challenges you, tell them Bob said you could do anything. Unquote. Well, there you go. A little nod to a fun 80s movie. The next series of videos that I'm going to post are of the remodel of the house. So to just kind of back up and give you a little context to the project, this is kind of how it happened. I sold the house in Colorado, closed on it the same day. The moving company came, picked everything up, took it to storage, and just said, give us a call, give us a 2-week notice when you want everything brought down. So when you have that date, let us know and we'll work backwards and get it down to you. I said, okay. So I didn't know if it was going to be 2 days after I got to Florida, I found a house, or 2 weeks or whatever. So drive down in the car, pulling the buggy, brought some suitcases full of clothes, little bag of tools, probably just enough that if I had a leaky hose, I could fix it on the side of the road. That kind of tool bag, that's all I had. Kind of an important point right there. So get all the way down here, look at a house actually with Sue. Sue works for Realty in Motion over in Celebration, and that's the same company that Adam used when he bought his house there in Celebration. So Sue had got a showing down in St. Cloud actually. So I drove right past Orlando, went straight down to St. Cloud. We looked at it. Owner was there, real nice guy. It just didn't pan out. He had just gotten an offer as I was driving down from Colorado, and it went through. So didn't get that place, but someday if I'm down in St. Cloud, I'll drive by and show you that house. So search is on now. I'm staying over at Margaritaville in a villa over there. The gentleman wasn't going to use it for Christmas or New Year's and told Sue that he would rent it out. So I rented that, drove from Universal basically all the way past Disney over to Margaritaville, which is kind of right behind Animal Kingdom. If you look at a map, it's on 192 there, and drove back and forth, all around Florida looking for houses. And when I finally found this place, spent the remainder of the months going back and forth. So it was 60 days that I worked on the house. January 6th, you're going to see I closed on it in the video and then got the key, first walkthrough. That's what you're going to see tonight when you watch the video. And then 2 months later, must have been March 7th, is when I finally had the moving trucks show up and start bringing boxes in. So a little bit of a surprise for sure, thinking it might have been 2 weeks I was going to be, without a house down here, but no, it was 2 months. And all the tools, everything, the whole house is still packed up in Colorado. And what you see in the back of my car for tools is what I had to start with. So there was a lot of borrowing, renting, whatever, to get the job done. But here's kind of the funny part of that. This was mid-December when I drove down. Adam, I think, had just gotten back from his family vacation over in Hawaii. And I hadn't talked to him. I hadn't seen him. It got to be Christmas night, Christmas Day, I guess. I gave him a call. He said he was down in St. Cloud visiting mom and dad. And he was about ready to leave and would be back up. And he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm at Margaritaville and looking for houses, blah, blah, blah." And he said, "What are you doing tonight?" I said, "Nothing." He goes, "Well, let's go to Disney Springs." Just so you guys know, Christmas night in Disney Springs is bonkers, all right? It took both of us 45 minutes probably to find parking spots. Once we got in there, wall-to-wall people. I mean, everywhere. Down the walkways, in the stores, on the escalator. It is crowded on Christmas at Disney Springs. But we go to the T-Rex Cafe, I think is about the only thing we could get in. Side note, if you don't have a Landry's card, you should think about getting a $25 Landry's card, because that gets you to the front of the line if there's ever a wait at a Landry's restaurant, all right? A lot of you probably have them already, but if you don't, it's well worth getting that card, especially if you're coming down here for vacation, because Disney's got Landry's, T-Rex Cafe, our Rainforest Cafe, the Boathouse. That little card will bump you to the front of the line. So it's a lifesaver on days like that. And that's what we used. He had never sat in the ice room inside of the T-Rex Cafe. And so we got in the ice room. So it was pretty fun. But I asked him sitting there that night, I said, "Hey, I've looked at a house one time. I walked through it real quick. I want you to come over and look at it. See if I'm crazy for, tackling such a big project." He goes, "Yeah." And so he was about ready to go to Belize. He was about ready to go. I don't know if he left on the 7th or 8th or what days he left, but we were going to look at it before he left, and Sue was going to meet us back over here. So Sue and I are here. Adam pulls in. I go outside and I say, "Hey, what's your first impression sitting out here in the driveway?" And he tells me that it looks like a cross between the Brady Bunch house and the Golden Girls house. Come on, Golden Girls? Because I didn't remember or know what the Golden Girls house looked like, but he hit it right on the head. Later on, after he left, I pulled up the house picture online. I'm like, "Yeah, it sure does." So I guess I've got a Golden Girls Brady Bunch house. But he walks in the front door, and you'll see in the video how this room, he walked right in behind the camera there, front door, and he looks around in here and he goes, "All right." I'm thinking, I'm going to let him go a little bit. So then he walks into the big room in here, the main room, and he starts smiling and he starts nodding, and Sue's looking at him and I'm looking at him. I said, "What do you think?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "This is you." And I said, "You think so?" He goes, "Oh yeah." And I told him what I thought I was going to do to it right away. He goes, "You can do all that." And so that is the little boost I needed from a best friend to say, "You've got this." That's basically what he was saying to me, or how I took it. So what you're going to see is just snippets that I've kind of put together, got rid of some of that music I was talking about that I know YouTube would have, probably squashed anyway if I had posted it. So cleaned it up a little bit. It's still in order, I would say, but not just like day 1, day 2. It might be first day walkthrough. Then it might go to, the next video I do might be day 1 through 4 or something like that. So they're just little snippets because I never made them to go on YouTube. I always made them to go to friends and family just to show them what, progress I had going here in the house. So that's what you're going to see for the next, couple, week maybe. I don't know how many of these I can put out or how many I've got. I'm just going through old hard drives and adding them together in the iMovie and making a little short you know, 10 or 15-minute video, and that's it. So you'll see them. And I'll try to label them, you know, out of 60 days, start to finish. First one, we'll call it 0, okay? Day 1, I mean, just looking at the house, we'll call that 0. But then when the demo starts the next day, January 7th, we'll call that day 1, and then go from there. So let's get down to some business. Rocket launch today. I posted it on Instagram, and that was pretty cool to see. But today, right now, 76 degrees. I think, what's that? 24 degrees Celsius. So it's nice. It's getting warm again. I love it. And Sunday, chance of rain if you're coming down. Monday, chance of rain, but up in the 80s on Sunday. Saturday was 76. But let's look at those rockets. How about, she's looking over my shoulder. She wants to see too. So tomorrow morning, that'll be Friday morning, 5:15 a.m., early rocket launch, SpaceX. Monday, Monday, 12 a.m. midnight, another one, SpaceX. And then Tuesday, we get out of the morning launches, and it's gonna be nice, 5 p.m. in the evening. So that might be a good one if it's clear to watch out the back. And you know, you'll see today, if I get it posted at the end of this video, they're pretty cool to see at night because it lights up the sky. And today, as soon as that rocket went up, it got foggy here in Orlando. So I think that's what was really illuminating, you know, in the background or in the foreground, I guess, of the rocket. But that one on Tuesday will be at 5 p.m. So, you know, if you're at the parks or somewhere at your hotel and you're out, look straight east, 5 o'clock. If all these stay, you know, these have stayed pretty good. They haven't moved these around lately. So maybe they're going to be locked in. But they do have a little window, so always pull up that app and look at it. I don't see the window on these, but it just says 5:15 for tomorrow, Monday at noon, 12 midnight, and Tuesday 5 p.m. So that's enough for me talking. Let's watch the video, and as always, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching today. If you like these videos of the home remodel as you see them coming out, let somebody else know. Maybe they'll like them too, and I really appreciate you doing that. Thanks. Have a great day. Well, here it is. This is everything I have to take over to the house I just bought. And it is a real fixer-upper. So I'm wondering if I can do everything I need to do to remodel a house with what's right there in that photo. I doubt it, but all my other tools are still in storage up in Colorado. So this is it. This is all I got to work with. We'll see what we get into when we get over there. Closed on it today, and the key is now available in the lock box. So I guess I got to go over there and unlock it and get that out, get into the house and see what I'm in for. But you know, it's a little cloudy floor today. Thought it would be sunny, but it's all right. But it's 75 degrees. You got to love that on January 6th. So here we go. Let's go see. Okay, dokie. Here it is, January 6th. I just put in the code. Just bought a house. Got my key. Somebody's going to have to come back for that box. Oh boy, look at this old handle. Well, let me back up and tell you a story. This house needs a ton of work, all right? Ton of work. Siding's gonna get replaced. Stuff inside's gonna get replaced. It's a work in progress, and it's gonna be a fun one. I can't wait to get going on this, but there it is. Oh man. There's so much work to do in this place. This lady left furniture. Look at that. Wallpaper. Holy cow. Boy, check this place out. It's been empty for a while. Oh man, Hey, electricity's on, that's good. Oops. Let's get some lights going in here. There we go, there we go. Is this place funky or what? No light in here? Oh boy. There we go, here we go. Watch your head, low hanging. Huh. It feels funny. I mean, it feels like glass, it's cold like glass, but yet it sounds like plastic. Oh, let's get some lights. There we go. There we go. Get some circulation. Maybe set to cool, set to 76. Let's see if it kicks on while we're here. Oh boy, oh boy. Not even a switch plate. No plates at all. Look at that. Okay. Well, you just took the first walk with me on this place. There we go. There's got to be a light in here, right? There we go. Let's turn this on. That's a cool old light. I like that. Oh boy, neighbors are coming. All right, well, that's the initial walkthrough and light turn on, but let's see what we got here. We'll get in deeper. Give me a minute. Here is the kitchen. Retro. Look at that. Can lights. Couldn't figure out how to bring those on. Old original microwave. Look at that. Yellow for mica countertops. Bosch dishwasher. Fridge is missing. Can lights work over here. Wood burning fireplace. So that's the kitchen area. Front door is right there. So they've got this made into like a office. I mean, the neighborhood is awesome. How do we open these up? It's just quiet up here. Grass cloth. Not sure what's bleeding through the wall. Interesting. Some kind of Berber carpet in here. Tile in there. Carpet Berber in here. Here's the dining room. What in the heck is that? Little dining room. Wallpaper everywhere in here. Okay. There's the pool. So you can shut these. Guy's got some speakers out here. There's the guest room on that end. So those 2 bedrooms, the bathroom is right there, but all screened in. This would all be bug-free almost. Not saying lizard-free. Hey, dude. But, yeah, look at this. Really, you've only got one neighbor from that side. Got some plants in here. I don't know how long it's been empty. So that's the pool area. Look at that. That's simple and nice. I like it. I like that it's got some character with a curve too. It's not just an oval or a rectangle. The best part, I forgot. Check out the garage. Big attic upstairs. That's cool. How come I don't have another light? Is that it? Boy, so many bulbs are burned out in this place. Cool door. Whoever had windows in here. Pegboards. Shelving's gonna go. Tile for the pool. Sprinkler box. Ton of plywood. I don't know what that's for. Old flooring. This closet, look at this closet. I don't have a use for it. I don't want it. Cars are gonna pull in here, nose right up to it. I would rather have that much more space up than that taking, a closet out of my area. Let me try this switch. Nope. So I think my first thing out here in the garage is to remove this closet, these 3 walls, this door. Get rid of that. Oh, there's a string in here. Hang on. I'm learning with you guys. I'm looking at it with you guys. So yeah, they just put that right up against the ceiling. So take all that out and throw that away. But that closet will be gone. That'll give a lot more room inside here. Eventually workbench, all the way down there probably, maybe even a workbench across the front or something. New furnace a couple years ago, 2 years ago. And lift master. That's it. That's the garage. I miss my red, white, and black checkerboard. I might have to get that again. Boy, I guess they parked in the same spot for 40 years. What do you think? Nobody parked over here. Buggy, white car, and that'll be a nice garage. Okay, we got to get busy. We got stuff to demo. Here we go. 4:15 in the morning. This rocket is about to go up. It'll be going up right about here in a second. So I'm going to shut some lights off. We're going to listen in on the iPad.
Everything looks good here for
launch.
launch.
He's showing we got 1:30 left. So here we go. Finally get to see it launch. It's nice and clear.
About 90 seconds out.
90 seconds. I'm going to shut off some lights. Here we go.
For those of you just joining us, I'm Ryan Schleter here with the Maintenance War. Today's line coverage.
All right. Boy, it's early.
With NSF's live coverage of the SF-87 mission. Yeah, how's that for a segue? Pretty good. Pretty
Let's
good. Yeah,
listen
she
in.
stole my lines. You see
There
that?
we go.
Yeah, she stole my lines.
1
Okay.
minute.
60 seconds out. In about 30 seconds, we should hear a status check, a final status check before this candle gets lit. Range is green. Range is basically your air traffic
45.
control tower for rocket
At
launches.
step 3.
Step 3 indicating flight
No
levels here.
wind
That's
here.
good. That
It's
is good
perfect
news.
tonight.
34. 30. BE4 start box, go.
I'm going to
25
stay
ECS
inside
ready
the
for launch.
pool
Verified.
enclosure. It's going to be a little fuzzy probably when it goes up because of the screens.
Go Centaur. Go
Maybe the next
SF-87.
launch I'll step outside.
15.
Here we go.
That's the final conclusion there. All right,
10
here we go.
10.
10.
T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We have ignition. 2, 1. And liftoff of United Launch Alliance SF-87 for the United States Space Force,
Now we're
continuing
gonna give it a
ULA's
second.
legacy in national security space launch.
And now we're going to watch up here. Watch the skies light up.
Engine parameters look good. Body rate's looking healthy.
Oh, it's getting bright over there.
You are hearing Daniel Brunson providing launch
Look at
vehicle
that.
ascent data.
Vehicle tracking downrange is expected. 4 miles an hour. Engine parameters continue to look healthy. Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. Body rates continue to look stable.
We are approaching burnout and jettison of the solid rocket boosters.
And good indication of SRB burnout on all 4 SRBs.